Welcome back to Speaking with Sasquatch. Cameron Parker here alongside Coach DJ Engle, of course, of the Spearfish Sasquatch. Coach, we're finally back.
It's only taken about 2 months, but here we are.
Only 2 months, but we're back and better than ever. And if you can't tell, I'm super excited for this podcast today, not only because I get to use my new microphone for podcasting, but because I'm also joined by a few fellow Texans. So we're pleased to welcome our 3 guests on the pod today, all whom, of course, feature Sasquatch players. And we have 2 members from the University of Texas at Rio Grande Valley joining us, sophomore outfielder RJ Galvan and freshman catcher and infielder Jacob Sanchez. Boys, welcome to the pod. How are we doing tonight?
Doing good.
Good. And, of course, our 3rd guest from Houston Baptist University, Matt Crossley. How are you, Matt?
I'm doing great. How about yourself?
Good. So I noticed on your Houston Baptist bio, it says Round Rock, Texas, but then Spearfish says Leander. Which one are you from? Just curious.
I was born in Round Rock, then we literally moved 10 minutes down the road. There's a road that literally divides into Leander, so it's both, really. I mean, I moved to Leander 5-6 years ago, and then Round Rock I was born and raised in.
Okay. Well, reason I'm asking because I'm from Round Rock. I currently live in Round Rock.
Okay, yeah.
I'm really familiar. I saw you you're all district at Hyde Park. I've done a lot of stuff with St. Michael's doing their basketball games. So
yeah,
called a lot of Hyde Park.
I know St. Michael's real well.
Good. So, well, thanks for joining us, guys. I'm glad I won't be the only Texan up in South Dakota. So we're going to show them what real barbecue is, right, boys?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And Coach, you got some good stuff over there in Kansas too, I believe, right?
And it's not bad. It's not Texas, but it's not bad.
Well, before we go any further, I think we should recognize that McPherson College, where Coach Engle, of course, you're at, currently on a 5-game winning streak, including sitting at 32-7 on the season. So you're already setting the bar pretty high for yourself, Coach. You can only go down from here, it seems like.
Yeah, you know what? We've had a pretty successful season so far. We're 32-7, as you'd mentioned, 20-7 in conference. Sitting at number 23 in the country right now. So again, pretty successful. Work doesn't stop. We got 6 regular season games left, and then conference tournament time. Hopefully the opportunity to go win a ring and play into a regional and see what happens from there. But yeah, as you'd said, kind of only go down from here at some point. It's going to even out. That's baseball. It's the way it works. But hopefully not this year. You know what I mean? So hopefully continue it on through the summer.
Yeah, well, for most college teams, we're kind of past the halfway point. I know, Coach, you only have 2 series left, but for the guys, for Jacob and RJ, and of course, Matt, you guys are just kind of past the halfway point. Just how weird of a season has it been for you guys?
It's been pretty tough. A lot with the COVID testing and having to wait, whether like with the other teams, whether they have positive tests. And we've only came across one team, which was Lamar, that came across a positive test, and that just wiped out the whole game's situation.
They canceled Corpus recently too.
Yeah,
oh yeah,
because of a head coach that got it.
How does that change your schedule? So do you guys, instead of not having a game, do you just have like an inter-squad scrimmage, or just practice, or how does that impact you guys?
We kind of just follow it up by kind of doing what we do every week. We don't want to skip like a game routine through practice, so we just keep it the way it is. We have BP, live inter squads, live at bats, and stuff like that, just to keep us rolling to get to next week.
How's your season been so far, Matt, at Houston Baptist?
It's been all right. I mean, we're off to a slow start. I mean, I had COVID literally right before season started, so I missed the 14 days, and then we had the ice storm. So, I mean, I was off for 3 weeks, and then we jumped. Literally, I was cleared the first day of season, and we just drove right down to Rice. So, I mean, it wasn't that far of a drive, but, I mean, I was out of routine for about 3 weeks, and it took me – because you build up all the way through Christmas and to get back right into it. And then, I mean, I wasn't sick. I didn't feel any symptoms or anything, and it was just one of those standard testing. They told me I was positive and didn't have any symptoms. So, it was weird. But our season, I mean, we're off to a slow start. We had a kind of a hard preseason schedule. We had Tech. I mean, those guys can hit the ball. Let me tell you. So I thought some of these guys were going to be kind of scrubs. Oh, no, not at all. They had some dudes there had 5'8" dudes that were just tanking balls left and right. And then we went to ULL, took 1 of 3 from them. So like we've had a lot of good learning experience. And then right now we've been taking 2 of 4, but this week when we go down to Corpus, then we need to take 3 of the 4 to see if we can make the conference tournament this year. I mean,
Yeah.
Week by week.
Are your classes remote? Are they in person? What's it like for you?
I'm all online right now. I mean, I have two classes. I took 2 8-week classes to start off the semester. For me, that's the best thing to do. You just kind of get knocked out of the way. So like, I just go to hop on a Zoom call. I think every Tuesday morning from 9:30 to 11. And other than that, I mean, kind of free all day. It's weird because I'm used to going to class in the morning and straight to workout, straight to practice. But now it's like, I'm a little spoiled, get to sleep in, like sometimes 10 o'clock, sometimes 9. I'm used to waking up like on a routine. So I haven't had much of a routine this second 8 weeks with classes just yet.
Yeah. What about you, RJ and Jacob? What's your schedule like?
I'm on online, so all of them are asynchronous, so I don't have to hop on a Zoom call, so it's easier.
I got 2 synchronous. So I go Monday and Wednesday from my classes start about 9 and I end about 12:30.
Is it easier for you guys to have classes online instead of going in person, or is it just a different story, but it's still difficult?
For me, you can go.
Okay. For me, it's just time management. Like now that everything's all online, I mean, you really have to like manage your time with being on campus. I mean, it was stressful because like you'd have to take tests in class and teachers are monitoring and stuff like that. But testing online is pretty easy with it's being proctored, but kind of had that stress off your shoulders without teachers walking around and stuff like that. So I like online better, but I guess it wouldn't be bad to be on campus and see everyone again, all your players and stuff like that.
Yeah, the college experience that you're kind of missing out on, but at the same time, do you notice that you're playing better at all, or not?
Well, I feel like it's not like a set routine where you kind of wake up sluggish some days, like where you get sleep in and then practice rolls around, you kind of just rolling out of bed and going straight into stretching and stuff like that, where you kind of start off your day on campus and go right into weights and then kind of roll into practice. So other than that, I feel like sometimes some days are really sluggish.
Coach, do you notice anything different with your players from maybe previous years past during COVID? Do you think college guys they're struggling more with it during COVID, or they're able to focus more?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just added stress to kind of things that, student athletes are dealing with on an everyday basis. And I mean, other people like outside of this kind of probably don't really see how difficult it really is. Like just in general, like being a student athlete on any given year is stressful. Like we ask them to go to class every day, 9 to noon, 9 to 1, something like that, and then show up at 2, 3 o'clock practice for 2, 3, 4 hours, and then go and get in the weight room or be in the weight room before class. And then on top of that, they got to study and pass classes. Like it's a stressful thing to do. And now we're adding, COVID protocols, COVID testing, COVID regulations, everything on top of that. It's really stressful, and everything that these young men have put themselves through just in order to compete is honestly pretty honorable, in my opinion.
Have you guys turned to different measures to kind of keep you guys like mentally fresh during, because I can't imagine how stressful it is to just not only be a college student during COVID, because my senior year at Texas was half COVID and it was brutal doing everything online, but I couldn't imagine doing that while also trying to be a student athlete.
You said that to me?
Just anyone who wants to comment on it, really.
Well, I'll tell you, I don't enjoy COVID testing not one bit. Starting off your morning about 7, sometimes 8 o'clock, getting something shoved up straight up your nose is not really good.
Yeah,
I know for me on the school side, a bunch of us at HB were a bunch of business majors, so we meet up once or twice a week. So a bunch of us have the same classes, so we just kind of do study groups, kind of help each other. But yeah, I haven't been COVID tested in about 2 months since getting COVID, and it's been nice not getting COVID tested on top of that.
Sometimes I kind of wish I got COVID during
Yeah.
our Christmas break, so I would fall into that 150 days period where I don't have to get tested. But unfortunately, I didn't.
But what about you, RJ? Or Jacob, excuse me. Have you gotten used to it at all, the COVID testing, or you're about done with it?
Honestly, every time I've never gotten to it. You know, it's still another pain. Although we've gotten it like almost more than 20 times, and you still haven't gotten used to it. You get that little tear down your eye whenever they put it, you know. But it's not a pleasant feeling for sure.
Absolutely not.
Oh, I can imagine. Well, as much as we want to talk about getting swabbed for COVID, I want to change the subject to just how you guys kind of got into baseball. I know all three of you from different places in Texas. Some of you have transferred. Just we'll start with you, Matt. How did you end up? You went to Blinn. Of course, you're from Hyde Park, which is in Austin, Texas, for those not familiar with the area. But you went from Blinn to now Houston Baptist. How did you get into college baseball, and how did you decide that this is what you wanted to do?
I actually went to Dallas Baptist my freshman year.
Oh, Dallas Baptist. Okay.
Redshirted there and then transferred to Blinn. Hyde Park, I don't know if y'all know Wings baseball. They were kind of big in the summer ball baseball deal, and got recruited out of there to go to DBU, and then knew wasn't going to play a whole lot because they had some true studs in front of me, and I'm glad I realized that early. And then went to Blinn, played 1 year. I had Tommy John, and then missed like half the year at Blinn, and then COVID hit the next year, so I really didn't get to play a lot like at Blinn. And then our coach kind of helped me out because like all these rosters were filling up super quick for this coming up year, and HBU, their first baseman ended up transferring, I think like early June, and I had a friend that I met in summer ball who went to HBU, and I just kind of asked him questions. He's like, "Yeah, we just lost our first baseman," and it was just kind of God-gifted thing, like perfect timing because I was not getting looked at, but everyone I kept like Corpus was the only other place that was kind of talking to me, and they were kind of on the edge. Like, we have 42 guys coming in, and all these other teams were having 40 plus guys. Everyone could bring as many guys as they can this year. And HBU was just like kind of a last second thing. Like, and I've loved it ever since then because like I could be at home working a job, and that's not something I want to do right now.
Yeah, I can imagine. RJ, you're from Alice, Texas, I believe, and you started off at Laredo, and then now you're at UT Rio Grande Valley. How'd you get into college baseball?
Well, out of high school, I went to University of Incarnate Word.
Okay.
And things it just didn't work out there, so I transferred to Laredo College, and the head coach there wasn't at the time. He was the assistant coach. He had coached me for about 6 years before, like during travel ball and stuff like that. So he gave me a call and recruited me. So I went to LCC, and then Coach Rayleigh gave me a call and offered me to UTRGV, and it's been good since then.
Yeah. And Jacob, what about you?
Mine was summer ball, playing with South Texas Sliders. I don't know if you know Tres Barrera. I played under his dad.
Yeah.
He went to UT. So, I played under his dad and started me with the recruitment out of my freshman year of high school, and it went up from here.
Yeah. Current Washington National member,
Yes,
I believe.
Sir. Yes, sir.
So from college now, I want to talk about the decision to play for the Sasquatch. We'll start with you, Matt, and then we can go to RJ and Jacob and make it a little bit easier. But was that an easy decision for you to make, to go from playing in Texas to South Dakota?
Well, I've already played for the Sasquatch. I don't know if y'all knew that, for 2 weeks.
Oh.
Yeah, I went up there, let's see, 2 summers ago, and I went up there for 2.5 weeks as a temp player, and I fell in love with it right away. Like, small town, not hot at all. Like, then the hottest it was like 85 degrees, and everyone's like, "Oh, this is hot." I'm like, "This is cool weather for me." But it was
for us Texas boys, it's very nice.
For me, it was always like one of my top places to go. Like in the Northwoods, there was a team, but they filled up pretty quick. But I mean, I was kind of set on going to Spearfish, like unless they would like. The only thing I wasn't going to go if they said no. And I had a couple other options other than that, but Spearfish was always my number one choice just to go back because all the fans there are great. Like, it was one of the best experiences I've had playing summer ball. It was fun.
All right, great. So you can be all of our chauffeurs when we get up there.
Yeah.
RJ, have you been up to South Dakota, and what was that decision like?
I mean, when my coach told me about it, I was like, man, South Dakota, that's really far. But I mean, I looked into it, and it was really good review. So it was kind of not a decision. I kind of just went with it, and I can't wait for it, honestly.
What'd your parents say when you told them you're thinking about going up to Spearfish, South Dakota?
Oh, they're well, because we have an RV, so they're like, man, we're gonna have to get. They're gonna try to drive down there for a week within the RV.
Oh, that'll be a great road trip.
Yes, sir.
Would you say, Coach?
That's where they pack all the barbecue in the RV.
Yeah, perfect. Perfect. Jacob, what about you?
I came in not even like 2 to 3 weeks in. The coach told, I guess, me and RJ saying that to fill out this form that we're going to South Dakota. And I was like, I looked at it and I was like, South Dakota. I've never been there, South Dakota, you know? So I told my parents and like, they're like, where Spearfish? Is that a place? So, yeah, I just looked at it, saw the Instagram and everything. It looked pretty fun to me. So, you know, look very interested.
Yeah. It looks gorgeous. I'm excited to get up there too.
Okay.
I haven't been up to South Dakota either. So, well, let's wrap this up with the lineup. If you guys aren't familiar with it, I'll just ask you guys 9 rapid fire questions just to get to know you guys better for our listeners too. So, you guys ready?
Yes,
Sure.
Perfect. So I'll start with Matt, and then we can go from Matt to Jacob to RJ. So first question, what is y'all's favorite MLB baseball team?
Right there, definitely the Texas Rangers. Not no Astros fan. Definitely not.
Love to hear it. Love to hear it.
Mine would have to be the New York Yankees. Sure.
Tough. We go with the Houston Astros.
Okay.
Been a tough start right now.
Well, watch out for Coach Pratt, Jacob. He's a big Red Sox fan. So.
Oh.
Okay. Second question, Matt. Favorite player, can be current, retired.
All right, man. I love Lance Berkman because when I was younger, I went to an Astros game, and I did like the Astros then. And I've always I don't know why he stuck out. I think it was his name, Big Puma. And I just kind of so he's always been one of my favorite players. Him or just Big Poppy. Just love how they swing the bat.
RJ?
I'm gonna have to go with Acuna right now. Just electrifying. It's just fun to watch.
Yeah. What about you, Jacob?
Mine would have to be Gary Sanchez.
Oh, okay.
Because you
Yeah.
Knew that's where he was going right away. Like there wasn't a thought.
Yeah. They say I look like him in our team. I don't think so, but yeah, but I just I play the same game as he does, you know. I feel like me and him play the same role in each team.
All right. Well, I can't wait to call you the Sanchez then up in South Dakota. Third question, favorite baseball moment. It can be something personal. It can be something that happened in MLB. Matt, I know yours won't be the 2011 World Series, of course, just like mine, but
Definitely not.
What's your favorite moment?
I think one of mine that's it's been recently. It was in Spearfish. Was my last at bat. I mean, it was a sold out crowd, and I ended up hitting a no doubt home run. I've never pimped a home run, and this guy named Joe York, I don't know if y'all know him, but he was telling me you need some swag, when you hit. I was because I was get up there kind of plain Jane, and I ended up doing a little backflip, and everyone went crazy, and that was probably one of my favorite ones.
RJ?
Mine would have to go with I want to say it was my sophomore year summer ball where I hit for the cycle.
That's not too shabby.
Jacob?
You just earned some extra points with Coach Engle there, RJ, on that.
Mine would have hitting a back-to-back no home run with one of them a grand slam. So, and this was my senior year before it got cut off of COVID, you know. So it was the last game of my high school career, basically.
Oh, it must have been a great experience.
Yeah.
Those are some great accolades, boys. Dang. Okay, fourth one, favorite baseball movie.
Me, it's definitely For the Love of the Game with Kevin Costner. It's an old one, but my grandpa gave it to me before he passed away, and that was like 10 years ago. But I've loved it. I watched it before every baseball season. Love it.
A great film. RJ?
Go with The Rookie.
That's a throwback.
Yeah.
Jacob?
Mine would have to be The Sandlot. I have to go with The Sandlot.
Hey, we just went through 3 guys in Major League and Bull Durham were not mentioned. Like, how did that not pop?
I almost said Major League.
I don't know how either one of them wasn't mentioned, but good movies.
It's a loaded question. We might have to condense it down because you can't really go wrong with any of those.
Not at all.
But yeah, I think I would cheat and say For the Love of the Game, Moneyball, and Major League would probably be my top 3. I could watch all 3 of those on repeat.
Yeah, Moneyball is really good.
5th question. If you could vote for only one player on the 2021 Hall of Fame ballot, who would it be? And I can give you guys names if you need it.
I'm going to go with Barry Bonds.
Sure. Yeah.
Bonds?
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Bonds. Yeah.
Wow.
Bonds.
Astounding Bonds.
Coach is yours was
my real one's Bonds, but I had another one too. That guy gets no love is Andrew Jones, man.
That's right, Andrew Jones. A little bit personal. How many MLB stadiums have you guys been to, and what's your favorite one?
My favorite one's Fenway for sure. But how many? I don't know. I think 10 or 11, but I could be wrong. In that area.
10, 11, yeah. You kind of get lost in the sauce there.
Yeah, you go to all of them. It's pretty tough to decide.
Yeah. RJ?
I haven't been to many, but I would have to say the Astros, but the Rangers' new stadium is ridiculous nice.
The Home Depot? Yeah, I heard it's really nice.
Yeah, I'm the same. I've been to 2, the Rangers and the Astros, and I like the Astros.
Yeah, Minute Maid Park. Yeah, I've heard really good things about it. I have yet to go to Minute Maid. Coach, what about you? I forgot where your favorite spot was.
My favorite one I've ever been to is Fenway.
Fenway.
Just all the history, everything, just walking in. Pretty surreal.
My 7th question was, have you guys ever been to South Dakota? And Matt, of course, you said yes, you're up there. But RJ and Jacob, you guys, this will be your first time, right?
Yes, sir.
Sure.
Okay. What are you guys most excited about?
Just being able to play baseball at a beautiful place that I've searched up from my eyes, So, I mean, having some fun, playing some baseball, playing loose.
Yeah. RJ?
Just going back to the old ways, kind of before COVID hit and everything, just having fun, just playing summer ball.
What about you, Matt?
Definitely just playing baseball in cooler weather for sure. Humidity's getting me down here.
That was the big one for you, huh?
Yeah, it was raining one day, it was humid another, and then it was cold the next day. I'm tired. I just want something consistent.
All right, well, let's wrap it up with our last question. If you could take one Texas food chain, it can be Whataburger, it can be Rudy's, it can be whatever. Take one Texas food chain to South Dakota. What would it be, Matt?
I don't know if you've had it. It's like Austin started a business called Cabo Bob's.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Cabo Bob's?
Yep, that would go up there with me for sure. They have one here in Houston, and that's definitely one of my Cabo Bob's. I don't know if y'all ever had it. It's like a Chipotle, but better than Chipotle. Like, I love Chipotle, but I'm putting Cabo Bob's definitely over Chipotle. There's only I think,
really
3 in
good.
the United States.
Chipotle is good, so if that beats Chipotle, man, it sounds
Yeah,
bad.
there's a place called Qdoba in Spearfish too. That's pretty good. I don't know if y'all have had that.
Qdoba?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's more of a national chain, but
Is it? Okay.
yeah. What about you, RJ? One spot.
I'm gonna have to go with Whataburger.
Whataburger?
Yes, sir.
You can't go wrong with Whataburger. You can't go wrong with Whataburger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you guys think of the Whataburger In-N-Out Shake Shack battle? Is it all Whataburger for you guys?
I'm gonna go Whataburger, but it's a big argument.
Nah, I like In-N-Out. Recently, I started eating In-N-Out on our trips, and I liked it. Not too many food choices, but the burgers aren't good.
For me, it's Whataburger for sure. The spicy ketchup is for me the game. Like I'm bringing a bottle up to Spearfish. I want to show family like what it's about. Like show them what they're missing out on.
That's awesome.
Coach, have you had Whataburger before?
I have had Whataburger before. I've not had In-N-Out though, so
Okay.
You're not missing out.
Yeah, you're not missing out.
One that's a local Austin spot that you probably know about, Matt, is Pete Terry's. That's probably
one
of my favorites, and that's what I would bring up to South Dakota. But hey guys, I really appreciate you joining the pod. Thanks, Coach, for joining us too. Been a great episode. You can catch us on the YouTube channel and of course on anywhere you get your podcast, Apple, Spotify, wherever. Until next time, see you guys later.
Thank y'all. Good luck to y'all.